I miss fishing. So I'm making a fish scene in Houdini. First thing I need to do is I need to find a 3D model of a bass on the internet. This one seems to be the best fit for our needs. Need to project some quick UVs on it so I can bring it over into Substance Painter. However, in Substance, I had gathered some reference imagery and got to painting the diffuse. I was going to be going for a bass that was living in murkier, dirtier water. I just like how that looked, and I think that where I've been fishing this last year, the basses seem to have been living in some crazier conditions than most. When I felt like I was in a good spot with this, it's time to hop over to Houdini and do some water sims. Did a copy to points to give our guy some eyes because I noticed the model did not have any. Use some bend deformers to kind of get the bass in the position that I was looking for. I was looking at old Fields in the Stream magazines to kind of see if there was any kind of pose that they'd use in those that might work nice for this. Converted it to a VDB to make a watertight mesh and did a quick, just simple animation, nothing super complex because this is just going to be a still frame. Calculated the velocity and added some noise to it to hopefully get some more interaction when it breaks through the water. Then the flip solver, I turned on surface tension, not to a super high amount, and I changed it to flip because I feel like I was getting better splashes from that. After some trial and error and some tweaking, I landed with a sim that I was content with. Found a particle separation that allowed for fast caching, but I was able to get enough detail for the seam. Now hopping over into Solaris, I'm going to be rendering Karma. The lighting setup and everything was pretty straightforward. Dome light, maybe an area light or two. Now we'll place in the diffuse texture that I had made in Substance. One extra thing I did is I plugged in the diffuse to the subsurface color, which then made me think, okay, well, let's get some maps. So I did a quick mask from geometry to get an attribute that created a mask for the bottom part that I could kind of mess with subsurface, some different specular highlights, and then took the sim, clipped it to the portions of it that I need, and then poly reduce that, put some color on it, scatter some points, group the points that were inside of the fish, blasted those, and then I attribute transferred the color from the points to the fish. What that allows me to do is to get some wet spots where the water is interacting with the fish. I then threw down some simple Vex to grab the initial mask that we did for the bottom and combined it with the mask of where the water's touching. Over in Solaris, I felt like I'm in a good spot, rendered it out. Then over in After Effects, I threw together a composite using an image from a spot that I've been fishing at this last year. Some little extra something on top. And this is the final render. Thank you for watching.